Welcome to another beautifully well conversation with your girl, Coach Nick. And I will tell you, yes, I'm always high energy, full of excitement, but today is just top of the line because our beautiful today is no other than one of our favorite beautifuls. And you're going to find out why. We have Miss Teena with us. And Teena, I'll tell you, you look absolutely amazing. It has been such a wonderful privilege to have known you over these past 2 years. I can't believe it. It's been
Right.
practically 2 years. But you have had an amazing transformation. Your dedication to where you are today, and we know perfect doesn't live here. It's a journey that continues. But I'm thinking about our ladies out there listening to this conversation who are in a place where they could be trying to figure out what's my next move, what's my next step, or where's my motivation to get this done? Where am I? So, if we could take them back to where you were just before you said, okay, Nick, I'm here. Let me find out about what's happening at Amani Nicol.
Mhm. Um, so how I found out about Amani Nicole was through somebody that was doing bee stings at your location. And I just happened to come in and she was showing me around. And I was like, oh, checking out everything because I knew I wanted to lose weight. I just didn't know how to get it started. I mean, I knew I needed to change my eating habits and start working out. And when I came in and I met you and I, found out about everything, that was it for me. I was like, this was God sent because I knew what I wanted to do. I just didn't know how to get it started. And you helped me a whole lot with that. I mean, I lost so much weight just coming in there, changing my diet, doing the sauna, the foot detox, the vibration. That's where I lost the majority of my weight from, was coming in there. And I think after a few months of coming there, then I started going to the gym. So I had already lost a lot of weight even before I started going to the gym. But coming to your program was the best thing. And like I said, it had to be God sent because I knew what I wanted to do. I just didn't have anybody to help me to get it started. And you did.
Let me tell you, you are a complete and total rock star. I will never forget the first conversation, Teena, because you at the box pizza.
My French red pizza, I haven't had any in a
Yes.
long time because it's a lot of sodium in there. And thanks to you, I've started looking at labels. I'm like, oh, all this sodium. I look at the labels now to see what I'm putting in my body before I do it. Because I'm like, if it's too much sodium, I gotta stay away from it. Because I know it's not healthy for me.
Absolutely. What was interesting, you started out with the holistic approach, just being consistent. I mean, twice a week. Between a sauna, vibration plate, you were doing your foot detox, and you begin to incorporate a lot of the lifestyle changes, like you said, even reading the labels, becoming more familiar with what you were putting in your body. The weight starts coming off, but not only the weight, because you eventually started going to the gym. What was the turning point for the gym? Because as you mentioned, that didn't happen till a little later. All of a sudden now Teena is in the gym.
And look, the gym is my happy place. I love going to the gym. And I wasn't like that at first, because with my work schedule and family, I felt like overwhelmed. I have so much to do. I don't have time to go to the gym. But now the gym takes priority. That comes first. Sometimes my job be like, well, can you pick up some extra hours? And I'll be like, I got a gym class, such and such time. I can't miss my class. I love the gym. It's just my happy place for me. I mean, I have to find time to go to the gym. If I miss the gym, I'm not myself. It
Um,
makes me feel kind of sad if I gotta miss the gym because that's my happy place. I love it.
it's the habit change and the you were okay with watching that slow progression. When we look back though, like literally you came down 50 pounds.
Right.
That's woo. 50 pounds gradually without a fat diet, going crazy, eliminating everything you thought was going to be a roadblock right away, and eventually getting into this zone with the gym where it's like, you know what, this is where I have to be. Teena, let's talk clothing. Because
Mhm.
first of all, Teena works, honey. Let me tell you, Teena works, works. And yet you still carved out time. And that's interesting. How many hours would you say you worked? Were you working more than one job, more than one case when you
Mm,
started?
Look, I've worked 6 days this week and they wanted me to come in today. I'm like, look, I need some time for myself. I'm like, the whole week. No, next week I'll be work 7 days. And I'm like, but I'm still going to the gym. I still make sure I had time to get to the gym. And I'm like, I'm not missing my classes. So I gotta find time.
It became a habit, a priority, and you decided that when it comes to your health habits, that something is going to be a constant every week, whether it's mindfulness of food, making sure you get to the gym, putting yourself first. Like, hey, you could have made money. It's easy in healthcare to make money. But you said, guess what? This is my day. Today is my
Right.
day. How important is that? I watched your uniforms change.
And And look, I really didn't notice that at first. I didn't notice that, my uniforms were too loose until a coworker was like, "Oh, girl, you don't need to lose no more weight. You lost too much weight already." And I was like, "You know what? Let me go buy some new uniforms because I needed to lose more weight." But she was like, "Oh no, you're too skinny already." It was because my clothes was just hanging off of me, and I didn't even realize they were hanging off me. And then when I bought some new clothes, I was like, oh, shucks, look at me now. I'm like, I got hips. I'm like, I got hips now. So I ain't have hips at first. I'm like, oh, I'm loving this.
I'm telling. So, what's your? You started with us. You remember what your scrub size was when you first came to us?
Right. Yeah, I think it was an extra large. And now I'm in a large, but I want to go down to a medium. So I'm like, I got to get back on track. I got to, start coming back in there doing, what I was doing at first. I have to get back on track.
You know, what's interesting is that we talk about weight. You had a 50-pound weight loss. You dropped the scrub sides. And even if you think XL to a L, no, it looked different. It fit
Right.
different. I can't wait to compare your video back then to this one because it's a huge difference. And you lost weight naturally, so it looks good. But let's talk body fat percentage for a moment. If you're okay with me sharing body fat percentages,
Okay.
because I think sometimes, with weight loss, yeah, we want the weight to come off. And in your case, you got to watch it. Every week you had weight loss. Even if it was a pound to 2 pounds, it was happening. And then you were maintaining the loss and gaining muscle. Because once you started to hit the gym, you noticed that your body really started to contour, and the gains were good gains because that trainer had you putting on muscle. But
Right.
body fat, oh my gosh, we're going to talk about body fat for just a second, ladies, because your body fat percentage went from almost like a 46.9
Okay.
all the way down to 34.9. Body fat percentage is everything. At one point, Teena, your body fat percentage was almost half of your weight. And a good body fat percentage for women, of course, is in the low 30s. If we look at the scale, if we look at what's recommended, they say, up to 28%. But really, taking age into consideration, just where we are, women, age, cultural, whole nine, that if we can get our body fat percentage in the low 30s, we're doing amazing. Because we know a large body fat percentage or that big number puts us at a high risk, diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol health, right? We're dealing with those things and it becomes evident. But for you in this period, not only did you just gain a new way of loving you and embracing you, but I think the biggest point I would love for our listeners to feel motivated about is that in a successful weight loss journey, losing body fat mass and watching your body naturally contour, I mean, that's a natural BBL, honey. That's
Mhm.
natural.
Mhm.
But how do you feel dropping more than 10% of your body fat? That's incredible.
Look, I feel great and I'm loving myself because I noticed, like I said, when I saw the hips, I was like, oh wow, look, I got hips. And it kind of like just motivated me. I was like, I'm finally getting to where I want to be at, getting my body where I want it at. And it just made me feel good about myself. And it kind of like was my motivation to keep going. Because I want to look good for me. I want to be that sexy grandmother. I don't want to be the grandmother. They be like, oh, looking like a grandmother. I don't want to look like a grandmother. I want to look sexy. And that's just me. And to see the change in my body, that makes me happy. Sometimes I'm in the mirror looking at myself and I'm like, yeah, girl, you look good. I ain't worried about what nobody else say. I look good. You got to motivate yourself, encourage yourself.
Absolutely. And then you have an amazing little grandson and energy with him, right? They keep us going. But just being able to enjoy time with him without him weighing you all the way out, you time enough for him.
Right. Look, he told me yesterday he wanted to race me. I said, boy, I will beat you. I said, you come on, I will beat you. I'm like, because I'm your Gigi. Don't let me fool you because I'll beat you. I'm like, you'll be surprised. He already wanted to see my muscles. I said, see my muscles? I said, see, this is what you got to get at.
That's what
I surprised him when he felt my muscle. He was like, oh, yep, your Gigi got muscle, baby.
you said. I'm time enough for you. Let's
Right.
That is an incredible story. Your transformation, I always talk about it because you went long term. You didn't try a program for 30 days. You tried 2 months and then, I'm just going to try to figure this out. You stuck through and you hung out with us for a full year. And in between that time, what we encourage the most of the program, yes, unique, is different, but it is about the behavior change. And Teena's story shows firsthand what happens when you first decide, I'm going to carve out time for me, and I'm going to find a way to build some consistency to it. And we've been on a full year in a journey. Teena, I share without sharing your personal information, but so people can see this is not made up, this is not make believe, but you can see the pattern of loss in pounds and body fat percentage. But then how many women can say that you've lost 40 pounds, 50 pounds, maintained it, and even though we know some of the pounds can creep back on, that now 2 years from the time that you started, look how good you still look.
Thank you.
And look at how you are still incorporating those habits. And, we're excited. You're a member of the tribe forever. And just now you're at a level where just incorporating some additional self care throughout the month is the mic drop to your continued success. So, last question, because I appreciate you sharing your story. What would you tell a woman who knows for a fact she wants to lose weight? She's tired of the fad diets, the on and off, the yo-yo. She knows that quick fixes don't work, and that even the reality of some of these cosmetic surgeries does not mean that they're putting you in a better place in terms of your health. Your
Right.
body might look better, but guess what, sis? That body fat percentage might not have even been affected
Right.
by that cosmetic surgery. So you still got to do the inner work. What would you tell her if right now she's stuck and she's debating if a holistic approach is even worth considering?
I'm telling her it works. it works. And I'm the proof that it works because, like I said, before I started going to the gym, I was just coming there twice a week. And that's where I lost my weight at. Just coming there, doing a sauna, detox, vibration break. That's it. That's all I was doing. And, I started working on my diet because, when I started coming there, I loved them salted caramel cookies from 7-Eleven.
Yes.
And when I started coming there and doing everything, that desire went away for them cookies. I mean, and I wasn't going to the gym at the time. I was just coming there. So just coming there gave me the motivation I needed and gave me the push I needed in the right direction. I mean, it works. And I'm proof that it works. I mean, all you gotta do is look at my in body and see how I was dropping the weight just coming there. Because we were doing the in body once a month and everything happened there.
I'm telling you, wow. What a just a remarkable way to just experiencing what happens when you say, I'm just going to try something different. I'm going to do something different and I'm going to take some time to reset my mind. Like I'm going to let my mind do the work. And that is absolutely amazing. I'm actually, Teena, if it's okay with you, I want really quickly just to do a quick reminder. And I think this will let us let us do this. And then I'll share the other one. Sometimes Zoom is interesting. This is before this is not the very first one, but I wanted to show you dropping into the hundreds, right?
Right.
We feel when we go from 200s to the hundreds. The last one we have here, that 198 pounds going from 246 pounds, and that body fat percentage hitting at the 34.9. Incredible. And body building up with that muscle mass, so lovely on here. Just absolutely amazing. I want to do a quick refresh on that first one because I'm telling you, if if you have a day where you're struggling to happy dance, you let me tell you, you you better give yourself some kudos and get back in that mirror and remind yourself of the work because this is when we first met. And that 246, 46.9% of body fat, upper body strength swole, but lower body still trying to get to the 100%. And while the difference that a journey makes when you just say, you know what, I'm just going to work on my mind and focus on me. So kudos to you. Keep up the awesome work. We are so excited to have you part of the tribe. Appreciate you for carving out some time to be with us this afternoon. You're going to change lives. There's a woman out there who's going to see this and go, I can do this. I'm ready to be consistent. I'm ready to try. And I can't wait for our photo shoot because you got to do the Beautifully Well photo shoot.
Okay.
You look amazing. Well, thank you again, Teena.
You're
Enjoy
welcome.
this weekend, and I can't wait till we regroup. And thanks again for the motivation.
You're welcome. And thank you for having me.